Somebody asked me about reflections and making the road look like it's got reflective values to it. So I want you to look at this here and tell me what you see as far as reflection goes. Alright, you see it's reflecting something, but it doesn't look that good. That's the game's cube map. It is kind of lacking in quality when you look at the cube maps on a flat surface. So here's the alternative to that. Let me reset it. You can see a little bit of a reflection. Alright, now we'll change it to give it a little more fog. 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, or just 1. That's probably that's going to be about the closest you're going to get to a mirror surface. I mean, honestly, I think that looks better than ray traced surfaces in games. But yeah, that's pretty high quality right there. That's about the best you're going to get for a reflective surface for a road. Now notice the background. It does kind of somewhat swim a bit, but that's because it's reflecting it like at 1 millisecond each frame. The default for this is 15, so you can see how it's got more juddering, right? That's the default. This is basically just water used for reflection. And you see it does a really good job of capturing all the details. But it's a river editor that I used. And basically, where you want it to go at, you basically hold down Alt to hold down Alt to make a new node, and then move it out. Now you see that's kind of like water there. So what you have to do is Control A to select all, and then the node depth, put 0.1. I think that's the lowest you can go, and then maybe 0.1. Now 0.25. The width, you make it however wide you want the road to be, so that it looks like your road. And you basically go into here and turn off the specular color, put that down to black. And the water, I believe, goes black too. I'm not sure. Give me a second. Overall wave magnitude 0, ripple magnitude 0, overall foam opacity, put all this stuff 0. No, don't put all of it, just the first two. Reflectivity, that's up to you. 0 being none, 1 being the most, so 0.5 would be about half. Reflection millisecond, this is where your performance comes in. A little handicapped after this, but you put it down to 1, and that's every millisecond it updates. The reflection texture size, now this is about what the cube maps in the game are right now, about 256. And you can move that up to however high you want to go. I think you could even do 16K if you wanted to. 16384. Yeah, it'll go that high. Then you got to have it some fog to see the reflection. . 'Cause, 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 'c think I got this wrong. Yeah, I did. You gotta turn these. I think that's got to be black. That's got to be white. But you got to turn off this thing here where it's got wet darkening depth and all that. That's got to be zeroed out. All right, the reflectivity cube map defaults. The more you put, the more it's going to reflect like a mirror. You got to have some fog for it to reflect. So like 0.1. You know, you just adjust it to whatever you need it to be, how much you need the reflect to be. Now, you'd want to turn the density down to 0, or viscosity down to 0, and let's see if there's anything else. Oh, there's the distortion. But you're not going to see that unless there's ripples in there. I think that's pretty much it. As far as the water goes. Now that's going to give you the perfect reflective surface right there. Now the next option would be the decals you use. So this has got a decal on it, I believe. Let me find it again. Or unless I deleted it. Yeah, I guess I did. So I'll just make a new decal. It's going to be solid white. If you want it to blend better at the front and the back, you need to make this like, you know, some number like that. And then you're going to need to make you a texture. So in the material editor, make you a texture for the decal, whatever you're making. If you're going to make it just reflection, then you don't really need to do anything but make a new material and name it what you can remember it is. Press enter, then come back over to here and type it in. What did I call it? Road reflect. Oh, I didn't create. There. I forgot to hit the create button. And I spelled it wrong. That's alright. I know what it is. Turn the PBR 1.5. Turn the metallic all the way up. Turn the roughness all the way down. Go down here to advanced and tell the alpha blend mode to be lerp alpha, and tell the reflection to be level. Material tag, you got to put in road and path. Press enter and then save your material. Now go to the decal that you made in the inspector window and change it to the one you just created. Oh, I spelled it wrong, didn't I? Yeah. So first thing you'll see is the resolution sucks. And that's nothing I can do about that. That's just the way the cube maps are. The way they're done. You can make your own cube map of the level. I mean, if you wanted to take all the pictures for a cube map and, you know, somewhere like this and make your own, you could. I did it, but I just used a couple pictures just to make something quick. I'd have to make a separate video on that since they don't really do much with cube maps anymore, and it's got a bug in it. So there's a workaround to get drawn in here working, but you probably will not want to use this after you see the resolution of the cube maps. See, it's not that much better. I mean, I can see the resolution, the blocks in it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just a texture I made of muddy water to see how it look as a cube map, and it's a little better probably than the level though. Because if you can see, the level doesn't even really reflect the damn car. Look at that tree, how blocky that is. And compare that to the water from earlier. I guess I deleted it. Yeah, I did. The one I did with the water is a perfect match. I mean, it's a perfect mirror. And look at the truck. Does it reflect in that? Nah. Now you'll have to adjust the opacity to make it more invisible. So you also can adjust the color so it matches more like what you're actually looking at. You don't see the truck reflecting in that at all. And so that's basically how you would do that with a decal. You just decide how much you want it to reflect, and you can adjust the roughness so that it's more dulled out. If you put -1 for roughness, it makes it even more shiny. But yeah, I don't care for those screen space reflections. And the truck doesn't do correctly. The only thing with the water, that's a pain in the ass. Because if the water goes in the ground at all, for your river, I'll show you what I mean here. If it goes in the ground at all, it's going to not look right. So you see how close it is to the ground. And if the road makes a sudden change in elevation, then you're probably not going to get enough nodes being able to be drawn so that for it to still stay above the ground. You know what I mean? See, it's gonna start looking like something fake, like it's gonna be like glass sticking out the ground almost. There's like a more extreme example. So if you did do that, you'd have to pick the river after you get your road done, and take away the nodes and just redraw them. So as you get farther away, you make another node, but do them more quickly. See, it won't let you get them too close, or it'll start bunching up really bad. So as many as you can put close together without them kinking up, the better. But it's still going to look kind of strange unless you got it perfect match for everything. I think it kind of works like that. It kind of looks like it's got water in some areas and not the other. But if you did something like that, you'd want to kind of make it look more natural. You'd want some dirt or something, kind of like, something to hide that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of damn work, man. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it. That's just too much. That's too much hassle right there. So make sure you're done with your road before you try to do the water. That'd be the best advice I can give you if you're going to do that for the reflection type, which is the best it's going to get in the game until they put ray tracing in it. If they put ray tracing in it, I don't know. That's as good as you're going to get.